It's simple. If you are not eating the foods that you love and that you enjoy most, then you're not gonna stick to the diet, or you're gonna have a lot of cravings that pop up along the way. So guys, I cannot tell you how many times this protein pizza recipe has saved my life when dieting. You are definitely going to want to grab this one for yourself. The crust is unbeatable, and honestly, you can make this in any variation that you want. So let's not wait any longer, guys. Let's get right into it. We're gonna start out with the wet ingredients first, and what that is going to be is we're gonna kick it off with 150 grams of fat-free cottage cheese. Now with this, feel free to also use 1% or even 2% cottage cheese, depending on whatever macros and goals you have for your fitness journey. Then what we're going to do is 75 grams of liquid egg whites. So you're gonna pour that guy in there, and then once you're done with that, then what you're gonna do, you're gonna slap it on top of the NutriBullet. You are going to blend it up until it becomes this nice creamy-like texture. After that is just simply set it to the side. What is up, guys? So future Allen here. Upon editing this video, I just realized that I completely forgot to run you guys through the actual dry ingredients. So we're gonna do that right here, right now. So for the dry ingredients, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna get a separate bowl, and then from there, you're going to add 70 grams of all-purpose flour. So just throw 70 grams in the bowl. Once you have that measured out, then we're going to add in 4 grams of your normal general baking powder. Throw that guy in there. And then after that, we're gonna add 5 grams of nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast has this nice, like, cheesy, nutty flavor to it also. So add that in there. It's going to really spice it up. You'll enjoy it. And then the final ingredient that we're gonna add in there is 12 grams of coconut flour. So once you add all of those guys into a bowl, then what you can do is add in any extra spices that you enjoy. You can add in Italian, you can add in oregano, whatever suits your fancy there. And again, get creative with it. Add your spices as you like, blend it up in that bowl. And then from there, what we are going to do is we are going to slowly add in the wet ingredients to the dry, and make sure as you're mixing it, you just give it some time. It's gonna take a little bit to get all of the dry ingredients mixed into the wet. And then once you reach a certain consistency that is almost potato-y like, or mashed potato-y like, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a pan with parchment paper on top of it. We're just going to start to spread that pizza dough right from the center on outward until we form our nice big circled pizza. And guys, this crust is really gonna surprise you with how big and how much pizza you actually get and how much protein is actually in this pizza crust. It's crazy. All right, so now that we have the crust spread throughout the entire pan on top of the parchment paper, we're gonna throw it in the oven here for 12 minutes, just so this goldens up a little bit. And then once that is all done, then we will be able to take this guy out and put our toppings on. We're gonna pull this guy out. Take a look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? Now that the pizza crust is pulled out of the oven and it's nice and golden, what we're going to do is we're gonna add on all of the toppings. First off, I just wanna say that this pizza crust is extremely high in protein alone. So you can take this pizza crust and run with it any which way that you prefer and make any toppings or put on any toppings that you prefer. Today, however, we're gonna go with a standard pizza approach and just show you how a standard pizza approach, even without adding chicken breasts on the top, is actually still going to be high in protein. We're going to slap on 100 grams of pizza sauce. Once that 100 grams of pizza sauce is spread around that pizza nicely, then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take your cheese. Today, we are going with a reduced fat mozzarella version, and we're gonna sprinkle that on. What we have going on, we have 55 grams of that mozzarella cheese. Once you get that added on there, we're gonna add a little bit of green. We like to break it up a little bit, sprinkle it all around. It just adds some beautiful little color and a nice texture on top. And then with that, we're going to add on 1 serving of turkey pepperoni. I would highly suggest, especially if you are in a fat loss phase, sticking with the turkey pepperoni, because it's not gonna have the same amount of fat content as your normal pepperoni. And it's still gonna pack a whole bunch of protein and taste absolutely amazing. But again, guys, feel free to add on whatever toppings that you enjoy. All right, guys, it is time. We have the final product. Oh my gosh, look at this. So now that this guy is all baked, we had it in there for an extra 8 to 10 minutes. If you are baking this though on your own, I would highly suggest that you check it along the way because your oven might be baking it a little bit faster. So keep an eye on it so it doesn't burn your final product. But now that we have this guy said and done, you know what time it is, the absolute best part of the video. And I'm so excited to show you how this turned out. Guys, look at this. This looks absolutely incredible. This is not just your average pita crust or your average pita bread recipe. Like, this is a homemade protein pizza recipe. Inside of this crust, there is just about 40 grams of protein just in the crust. That allows you to whip up any variation of toppings and still have it be a high protein pizza. So this is not a recipe that you want to skip out on. Highly suggest making this. But before I really put it out there and suggest it to you guys, you know we gotta dive in and do a taste test on this bad boy. Comment down below, if you took your first bite, would you want that first bite to be loaded with a thick mushroom? Or would you want it to be loaded with pepperoni? Or actually, we're gonna put the pepperoni on the thick mushroom and we're gonna dive in. So check this out, guys. Again, this crust does not mess around on this. It's actually thick, and I could have probably put it in for a little bit longer just so it gets a little bit crunchier if I'm being honest with you. But all in all, like, there's a lot of toppings on here. This is a lot of thickness, not just in the crust, but all of the goodies on top. Oh, you guys know what time it is. Let's dive on in. Oh my. All right, I'm not just saying this, guys. Hold on. Oh my gosh, that's so good. You guys must try this one. I grade pretty difficult when it comes to me giving a blank out of 10. And guys, all I need to do is maybe put this crust or bake this crust a little bit longer so it's a little bit crispier. But all in all, this is straight up minimally a 9.5 out of 10. This is a must, guys, whether you are cutting, bulking, or if you're trying to just live a healthy, balanced life and have it filled with pizza, which is a great life if you ask me, you definitely need to try this recipe. Before I sign off with you guys, I do want to share the end calories and macros for this pizza that you're seeing right here. And that comes out to 705 calories and a whopping 58 grams of protein for this bad boy. And again, about 40 grams of that protein is in the crust alone. So you can switch up the variation as you choose. You can do something like chicken and some buffalo wing sauce and some mozzarella cheese on there too. Maybe like a little bit of a lower fat ranch. Actually, and since I'm here and I'm talking about that too, typically what I like to do is actually on top of the crust itself, put plain non-fat Greek yogurt, shred up some chicken, and then put some mozzarella cheese. And then I like to put my buffalo wing sauce on top of that. And I know that might sound crazy having the Greek yogurt on top of it, but it actually turns into like this molten cheese and it really complements the buffalo wing sauce very nicely with that. So again, you could take this crust idea and run with it with a million different directions. And honestly, you're probably gonna see this recipe a lot more on my YouTube channel because it is straight up a banger. This is honestly the best protein pizza I have ever had. No lie. So guys, this thing is an absolute must. I can't even wait longer. I can't even like sign off from this video. I gotta take another bite. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's good. Guys, give this one a shot. Highly recommend. If not, you're missing out. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. I'm gonna chew my food here. All right, if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here, especially if you want to see more recipe videos just like this, or if you also want to learn something along to help you in your fitness journey. And if you have not seen the latest YouTube video, check that guy out right up here. It's a banger. You're gonna love it. We'll see you in the next one.